smoking because of the fires, y'all. Look at that. We are in Central California right now. The state is on fire.
What's the date today? Today is Friday, August 20th. The year of our Lord.
2020. Oops.
We're going south.
We are going on vacation, which is with my family, which is in and of itself a little. I wish we didn't have to worry about the whole, pandemic stuff. I mean, of course, but I'm just saying, like, it sucks that is always going to be in the back of our heads. Like, we need to make sure that, like,
we're wearing our masks and like sanitizing and like keeping our distance. And, and even then, I mean, it's always a calculated risk. It's like, we know if we wanted to be ultimately safe, then we would have just stayed at home. But it's like, well, we also know
that we can't live our lives in fear.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, yeah. I know that at least.
So what are I don't even remember the last time we were in Soledad. I don't even remember the last time we vlogged.
It's been a while.
I think it's been more than a month.
Probably.
What are our updates? I mean, the school semester started, or is started
it's
for
starting,
me.
Yeah.
Starting for you next week.
As soon as I get back, I'm right into it.
And I got the update that I'm able to continue working from home, which is good.
Yeah.
We're grateful for that.
Yeah. And the state is on fire.
It's just
I said that already, didn't I?
Summer into fall, and like it's the season where there's wildfires. So it's all over. I mean, up in the north, like towards like Napa, Vacaville, Fairfield, and then now there's ones towards like Santa Cruz. Yeah. I mean, we were just driving in where were we? And there was a
Gilroy.
Yeah, it was like Morgan Hill. Yeah. So that's what it is.
That sounds like that could be a person's name. Morgan Hill.
It's very like I think the meme is like, oh, you need if you have to stay inside because there's a virus, but then
evacuate your homes because there's a fire.
But there's a fire, or like, but then the air quality's bad, so you have to stay inside. And then like, if it's an earthquake, like you have to be outside, but you can't be outside because there's a virus. And there's also the air quality's bad. It's just like it's a mess, and it's a lot.
Well, but that is the hidden agenda though of the media.
And that's just externally. Like we're only scratching the surface when it comes to like our own like personal issues and like dealing with our own like personal lives and whatever that looks like. It's a struggle. It's a struggle bus.
I suppose.
But you did your podcast episode yesterday, which was fun. So if you're curious about that, Daniel is in part of the Bustos Podcast. Bustos crew. Bustos meaning like, what does that mean? I mean, the simplest translation is like bad, but it's not like...
It's like rude, right?
Yeah, like annoying, bad, rude.
Is it annoying? Okay, I don't know, maybe. Alright.
Yeah. And I also want to shout out to our sponsors.
Raise Energy Drinks.
We also want to shout out to Star Trek.
Hey.
We also want to shout out to our Patreon sponsors, Ryan's parents, who watches our vlogs.
Oh, hey.
Hi, Ryan's parents. You the realists. If you want to join our Patreon, check out the link below.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, like, 2020 is, I mean, it's its own thing now.
It is. I mean, it's,
They should.
It's.
Oh, Democratic National Convention.
Oh
has,
yeah, that's
has
true.
been
We're
going
getting
on.
into election season.
I need to register again for voting because apparently I must have been registered in my sister's house. I don't know how that possibly could have happened.
I think it's just the mail, like, because when they used to live with you guys and then they rerouted stuff, like it just some things got accidentally rerouted.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. So we probably should just do that. Re-register to vote.
Yeah. I think I'm still registered in like Salonica.
Don't get me wrong. I actually don't care. I did not watch at all anything of the Democratic National Convention. I mean, not that I don't care or anything. It's just at this point, you know, politics just kind of makes things worse right now.
It does.
I will vote. I will be voting, but I'm not going to let that like absorb my life and the way some people do. It's kind of sad, you know.
I mean, I'm still working from home. It's hard.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. Like, just being able to discipline myself to, like, sit down and do what I have to do. It's not easy.
Right.
It would probably be good to work on, like, creating a better workspace, because if I'm gonna be, this is for the long term, you know.
Yeah. Well, indefinitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, productivity might be a challenge for me too. It's not going to be a might. It's going to be a challenge for me as well, because we both share basically a very small workspace, which is our own house, our own apartment, and I want to keep 2 streams a week, which is going to be tricky, but I'm going to try to do it. Twitch.tv/DJBIBINKAHAAN. Yeah. I need to make like a lick that spells the name out. Anyway.
What are some things that have been like on the top of your mind lately?
Ones that I'd want to like blog about or vlog about. What has been on the top of what has been on my mind lately?
I know, right? It's true. I feel you.
Well, I mean, I am unemployed because of the coronavirus, and I know a lot of people are. I am bouncing around the concept of, you know, like, should I look for work while I'm going to school full time? Which, you know, I don't even know if I can juggle that. I don't know. Excuse me, I can swing that. It's hard for me to consider finding a job when I don't really know. I don't really know how competitive I'd be when I can only commit so much. But then it's like, on the other hand, while all my classes are online, like, perhaps like that would be a beneficial time for me to try to find a job. But then if I have to find a job, like, I can't go out because I'm high risk. I don't want to expose myself to people if I don't have to. You know, it's like you kind of at this point, like, you have to value how much is your life worth to you versus like how much is your long-term goals worth to you. Because at this point, it's like getting a job right now in the midst of a indefinite lockdown quarantine period. Like, are you either plan for your future, which is getting a job and trying to get your finances in order, or you try to secure your future by staying alive? I mean, that's how I look at things. I don't know if that's how you look at things. A lot of people aren't too scared about the coronavirus. They're like, if they get it, well, I'm young, so I'm not high risk. I remember hearing that a lot when like the virus first started coming out, when the virus first dropped, you know. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, we're young. The young people, the only people that need to be worried are like old people and like people who have pre-existing medical conditions. Well, I never had the luxury of thinking that way because I am one of those pre-existing medical condition people. And I experienced pretty much right off the bat, like the graveness, the brevity of the situation. I don't even know if I use that word correctly right now. All right, you tell them, homegirl. What are things that's been on your mind lately besides one voice?
I think what?
I don't know. It's a one voice reference. Always on my mind.
I think. How do I put this? I think it's the balance of like whatever is going on like externally and dealing with it, and then like whatever is going on like internally and dealing with it. So there's like external and internal forces, and then it's also like figuring out like, okay, what am I going to like think about and like spend energy on, and what am I going to like just try to like let go of and like let slide, because it's like we can't do everything for everyone, and like at this point it's like, I mean, it's you and I, like as much as we do care about other people and our friends and our family, it's like we also have, there's also the space for us to prioritize ourselves.
Sure.
If that's the way I can put it. And I think also with that is just like taking care of ourselves, like mentally, spiritually.
Physically,
So
we've been
that-
Tai Chiing, trying to Tai Chi fairly regularly, but you know, I want to get back into biking, but then that also means I go out, you know, like, but I don't know.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean,
Life is precious.
and what I've been telling Daniel a lot of is like how a lot of the things we're dealing with are things that we would have dealt with like just regularly because of life, but then like things of like the virus and like all the things that were coming up because of like Black Lives Matter and like all that, like all like social justice things, like it just like made everything just like amplified it even more. And like it is very clear that like tensions are high with things. So yeah, and also just like figuring out what a support system looks like, or like what it looks like to navigate like our families and like our friends, and like what that, how to go about that. Just, you know, just like regular life things.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of stuff about cults too. We watched Midsommar recently. We've been watching a documentary about the fundamental Latter-day Saints, the Jehovah's Witnesses. BDK recently exposed one of the guys in Kai for being Iglesia. Shout out to BDK, who occasionally watches these too. What is another one called? Oh, Children of God is another called. The Moon.
But yeah, I mean, it is, well, it's just
The Moon Family.
the recurring theme of like faith and religion and spirituality.
Yeah.
All the facets, because like it's part of experienced growing up, and it's part of our culture. So it's just always a fascinating thing to dive into.
Yeah.
Again, personally and externally. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. We're just like literally in our apartment like all the time, and that's it. Except for when we like go to Vallejo, like Daniel has like infusion, or like if we once in a while will like visit family, or very like, I mean, there's been a couple of times that I've like hung out with my friends and like doing like social distancing and like wearing masks and everything. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think when we started like vlogging like this, like we just wanted to document what it's like, and just like it's definitely different from the shock of how everything changed so suddenly in March, whereas now we're in August and it's like, well, just keep piling it on, you know, like wildfires, all right, come join the party, like so tense political climate because of election season. All right, let's go.
I think it done been a tense political climate. It ain't even about election season.
Oh, yeah.
Past 6 years has been a tense political climate.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
like the last half of Obama's second term, just a lot of hit the fan, and then it's just been, oh Lord. Oh man,
Just like, don't be dumb, people.
I know.
Don't be, I don't know. I think like, I don't know, because we see it sometimes, or we be seeing what people be posting, and what people be posting is straight up garbage poo-poo doo-doo, which makes you look like some garbage poo-poo doo-doo.
She's talking about people on Facebook specifically.
Well, yeah, and in general.
Old people on Facebook
It's
specifically.
just, I mean, I don't know, and then the idea of how like there's also importance in like getting out of your circle, because otherwise all you're gonna hear is people just agreeing with you and like hearing what you want to hear, and that's not gonna challenge you and expand your mind.
It's
your way of
true.
thinking. So.
It's true, but
It's like once you step out of that bubble, it's poo-poo doo-doo out there. So I don't know.
it's true.
Just like don't send me like political stupid stuff unless you want to talk to me about it. Like don't just like send it to me. No one who watches this will agree. So.
I challenge you. Next time someone sends that to you, just be like, please don't send me political things anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Just respond with that. Please don't send me.
Yeah, I just blocked them on Messenger.
No, because they need to learn. These mofos need to learn. MFOs. These mofos need to learn. Like, please don't send me political stuff anymore. Yeah, I think I would do the same. You know, if it's posted on their timeline, boom, that's fine. But if you slide up into my DMs and
if you think that's gonna make a change, it's like no, that's not gonna persuade me to
out of here with that mess. All right, we're getting to be 20 minutes here. You guys can follow me at
we have to end it on something nice.
Oh, we have to end it on something nice.
Yeah. What is a good thing?
A good thing that's happened recently?
What is a good thing?
A good thing that has happened recently.
Sure.
Well, I suppose.
Or just share something good in general.
Share something good in general. Well, we're on our way to Cayucos. We're going to the San Luis Obispo area. We're going to spend time with family. We're going to be at the beach.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, it's hopefully we got an Airbnb with all separate rooms so we can try to social distance as best as possible. We're in charge of cooking one night. You know, my sister's family is going to cook one night, and then my parents are going to cook one night. You know, so I think we're okay. I mean, you know, hopefully it's going to be a good weekend and stuff. So actually, you know what? It will be a good weekend. I just hope that I get rest. That's all I hope. I hope that I can sleep decently. I don't always sleep decently. I haven't slept decently for the past few days for some reason. Well, I know for what. Just anxiety. Anxiety and I have sleep apnea. But yeah. Yeah.
I think I appreciate that we're able to just support each other and just be like realistic and like reasonable with ourselves. It's definitely important to have people to lean on.
Yeah.
And as much as we complain about things and people, like we know that we got people backing us up, and so we will hold on to that.
Alright guys, you can follow me on twitch.tv/DJBIBINKAHAN, DJ Bickerhan, live in the mix. Twitter, Instagram, same thing. How about you?
Okay.
Okay. Alright guys,